Hi, my name is Dustin. I work here at Down to Earth King Street, Honolulu. Today we're going to be talking about cleaning and filling of the gravity bins and the bulk scoop bins. Okay, taking down the bins, you lift and pull and safely place on cart. We took it out from this tab here, that's what keeps it onto the shelf. Fit it into that groove. In order to take off this bin, you just slide it off and place it onto your cart. Okay, taking apart the gravity bin, you remove cover or lid. Depress these two tabs here, one on each side, and you should be able to remove the front clip, and your front assembly is removed. Remove both rubber bands from the clear tabs and pull up on door to get to the teeth of the handle. Push the black teeth inwards while pulling the handle outwards. Repeat for the other side. This is difficult because they're interlocked. Pull gradually until the handle is out. So in order to remove the door, you simply pinch and twist the door to remove it. And your label cover just simply pop off. Okay, to remove the base, you push down on tab and slide container away from the base. To remove spine clip, you just simply slide up. And then to take apart bin, push in on these two tabs, pull in bin apart. After pulling apart bin, just remove the double lip seal and your gravity bin has been disassembled. Okay, to reassemble gravity bin, you take both pieces, make sure the slots fit into the grooves, push together, make sure you add rubber piece to the inside groove and attach on both ends, snapping it closed, and slide locking clip, and make sure you put these tabs in these holes and push down. Take the front piece here, add both rubber bands back to the door, squeeze the door to insert into the front clip, then attach both rubber bands to the two upper tabs. To add the handle, make sure the holes are lined up, and you go ahead and grab your handle and stick them back in both holes on each side. And in order to fasten, you push the outside in and the inside out at the same time. And they should pop together. Test door. Now in order to add the front plate, make sure these two grooves sit flush and make sure these two tabs are flush as well. And you add the lid and the label holder. Make sure these two holes, these two tabs connect. Done. First thing to remove is the scoop or tongs by pulling the tether out from the bin. Then you open the top lid, slide the back plate of the false front out of the bin by pulling it straight up. Then to remove the front, you also pull it straight up out of the grooves. These grooves help to lock in the front plate. To remove the scoop holder, simply tap it out of the slot. To remove the front lid, you'll notice the two holes on each side. You'll need to slightly pull the bin apart to remove the front lid. To remove the label, just gently pop it out. And that's it. To assemble your scoop bin, you take your label, pop it back into the lid, and you put your lid back into the two holes, one on each side. Then you take your front plate and your scoop holder, insert the scoop holder, push it in firmly, and you take the front plate, slide down into the grooves, one on each side, Also push down firmly. And you take your false backing and insert them into the grooves right behind the front plate. Take your scoop or tongs, pop into a hole, close lid, and you're done. When washing your bins, use a sponge or soft cloth, something that won't scratch the plastic. Be sure to use an unscented liquid detergent. Also scrub every nook and cranny. There's lots of little crevices and corners. And when you're rinsing, rinse thoroughly to avoid soap residue. And dry thoroughly before assembling bins. This helps to prevent mold. It is a good practice to rotate the product on the false front every time you open a new bag. This helps keep the product at its freshest. In order to refill false front, dump excess product through the bottom trapdoor out and add with new product almost to the top. Cover with lid, hold lid, shake forward, filling the false front. Then top off with product, close the lid, and you're done. To rotate the product out of the scoop bin, pull up the back plate of the false front. The product will slide out into the main bin. Make sure all of the product from the false front is cleared. Replace the back plate. Close the top lid. Carefully hold both the front lid as well as the top lid in order to push the product forward without it spilling out. Lift carefully and shake the product forward. To refill bin, open bag and either scoop or pour product into bin. Fill the bin almost to the top. To fill the false front, take your scoop and either push product forward or scoop directly into false front. Make sure you fill it to the top. Then top off the rest of the bin. Okay, in order to put gravity bin back on shelf, make sure this groove is connected to this tab firmly. Lift bin, slide onto shelf, pushing back until connected. You can also test by giving the gravity bin a gentle tug. In order to replace scoop bin, you just lift, place on shelf, push back to flush. If you have any questions, please ask your store's bulk buyer or store manager. Today we're going to be talking about gravity and
Oh, you're almost.
I forget what is this called.
Holding it.